Hi.
Hello. Hi.
How are you this evening?
I'm fine, thanks. And you?
I'm doing very well. This is my second class, and I'm very excited about teaching.
Oh, it's very good for us.
Yeah.
Where
Where are you from?
I'm from Hungary.
Oh,
And you?
wow, that's awesome. I've never met anyone from Hungary before.
This is a very little country in Europe.
Wow. And why are you learning English?
Uh, I have time for learning, and I want to read books and watch films in the real language.
That's great. Very ambitious.
Yes, this is
Hi, Ibrahim? Am I saying that right?
Yeah. Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
hi.
Good.
And where are you from?
I am from Iraq.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What time is it there for you?
Let's have it. It's 11, 12 p.m.
12 p.m. Okay.
Yeah.
And what about you, Andrea? What time is it in Hungary?
Where?
It's raining. It's raining now. The weather is cold enough.
8 p.m. you said?
9. It's 9
9?
o'clock.
Okay. Okay, cool.
It's
For me,
4 to 10.
4 p.m.?
No, it's 4 to 10 o'clock.
Okay. Almost 10 o'clock.
Yeah. Oh, 10 o'clock.
Yeah, you could say 4 too.
Teacher, from where you are? From where you are?
Where am I from?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm from Phoenix, Arizona, in the United States.
United
You
States?
guys know Arizona?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you
Nice to
too.
meet you.
Yeah, I know.
Where is Arizona? Do you know?
No, I not really know in the map, but I heard about it.
Yeah, it's in the southwest of the United States.
It's maybe hot, I think.
Yeah, very hot. You got it. Yeah, right now it's usually like 35, but it's going to get more and more hot because it's only the very beginning of the summer.
Yeah.
And Ayat, am I saying that right?
Yes. Hello, teacher.
Hi, can you introduce yourself for us?
Yes, I'm Ayat. I'm 22 years and I'm from Algeria.
Awesome. And what time is it there right now?
Time is 10 a.m.
10 a.m. Okay, very
Yeah.
different. Very different. And why do you learn English with verbling?
On Verbal, I enjoy learn English. I love this language very much.
That's really great to hear. Thank
Yes.
you. And Tara, where are you from? I'm having trouble hearing you. If you'd like, you can type in the chat box. I can't hear what you're saying.
No words or
Okay,
better?
now I hear you.
Okay, I'm from Ukraine and hello everyone. How are you?
We're doing well. And why are you learning English with verbling?
Wow, it's a good practice for me because I'm a teacher and I want my students to be the best.
That's really, really great. Yeah, I
Thank you.
agree.
Nice to meet you and nice to meet all you.
Yeah, nice to meet you guys.
Nice to
Okay.
meet you, Tara.
So I'm going to repeat myself. I said this earlier, but we have some new students. So this is my second class on verbling. So I'm a very new teacher. But I'm really excited because I love meeting people from all over the world. I have traveled a little bit. I lived in Brazil for a year teaching English, and I lived in Italy for a year teaching English. And I've been a few other places, but it's impossible to go everywhere in the world. So I think it's really cool to meet people from all over the world on the internet. And I'm really excited about teaching here. So, anyone have any questions for me before we begin?
No.
Okay, cool. Today we're doing countable and non-countable nouns. Do you know what countable and non-countable nouns are already?
Okay.
Yeah? Already? So who can give me an example or explain a countable noun? What is a countable noun? Give me an example or explain
Countable we can count.
Okay, perfect. So, for example, what's a countable noun? Okay, perfect. So, for example, what's a countable noun? Uh-huh, exactly. I'm hearing some echo. If anybody has more than one verbling tab up, try to close it because that'll help with the echo. Awesome. Perfect. Okay, now what's a non-countable noun? Can anyone give me an example of or explain non-countable nouns?
Like a start, the start is non-countable.
A what?
The star is non-countable.
Stars, yeah, sure, stars. Non-countable. Okay. Looks like we gained a student and then lost a student. Okay. All right, so what about rocks? Are rocks countable or non-countable?
Non-countable.
Non-countable.
Hold on, I'll write it for you so you guys can understand better.
Hi, teacher.
Rocks. Hi. Do we have? Oh, we have a couple new students.
No, not SMG.
Hi.
Ooh, full class today. Awesome. Okay. Kusaba? Am I saying your name right?
Yes, my name is Shabo.
Can you introduce yourself?
Yes, of course. My name is Shabo. I'm Hungarian, but I live in Romania. I'm 35 years old. I am here because I want to improve my English.
Awesome. That's very
Self-defense
important.
instructor. I'm a
Do you use
yes.
Do you use English for work or for school or for social occasions?
I want to use English for work, but I'm a very beginner in English. I have been learning English for 1 year only.
Okay, well, you sound good to me. What
Nice to see
about
you, teacher.
Fadis? Am I saying your name right? Fadis? Fadis, can you hear me? All right, we'll come back to you maybe. Hey, Gary! You were in my last class, right? Awesome. What about Marco? Marco, can you introduce yourself to us?
Of course. First of all, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
I'm from Italy. My name is Marco. I live in Bologna. It's in the mid-north Italy.
That's awesome. I lived in Italy for a year and I loved it. It's a beautiful, beautiful place.
Where did you live in Italy?
I lived in Torino and Genova.
Yes, Bologna is just among Milan and Florence.
Yeah, I wasn't fortunate enough to see Bologna, but maybe the next trip I'll get to see it.
Okay, I'll wait for you.
Yeah. Samir, can you introduce yourself, Samir?
Okay, hi. My name is Samir Suleiman. I'm from Saudi Arabia.
Great. And why are you learning English?
I learn English to get a job because it is difficult to find job, to get job without English skills.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, how about Victoria? Can you introduce yourself, Victoria?
Thank you very much. I greet you. Yes, it's me.
Hi. Can you tell us where you're from and why you're learning English?
The communication sometimes is very bad.
So you're having trouble hearing, or? So where are you from, Victoria?
What? Please repeat your question.
Where are you from?
Please, I don't hear you correctly.
I put it in the chat box. Where are you from?
I'm from Russia. I'm from Russia.
Cool. And why do you learn English?
English, I like this language so much. I like the Britain's history.
Okay, so for history, that's an interesting reason. I'll quickly introduce myself one more time. My name is Michaela, spelled like this, and I am from Arizona in the United States.
And I know many English.
You know a lot of English? Maybe we have some connection trouble. Okay, so back to nouns, countable and non-countable nouns. We already gave quick definitions for countable and non-countable. Countable nouns are things you can count. It's very straightforward, like a book or 2 tables. And non-countable nouns are things that are a lot more difficult to count. So we had the example of stars. Can anyone come up with another example of a non-countable noun?
Some sugar.
Sugar, exactly. Sugar is not
Yeah.
countable. Some
Water.
sugar.
Coffee too.
Water.
Weather, coffee. Great.
Water.
So water,
Wine.
wine. Who said that?
Teacher.
Okay.
Eggs.
What about information? Is information countable or non-countable?
Non-countable.
Non-countable.
Yay! That's a very common mistake people make. In English, it's non-countable, but in many other languages, it's countable. So it's a very difficult one to remember for some people. What about pollution?
Non-countable.
Non-countable also.
Countable.
Great. How about birthdays?
What?
Birthdays.
Birthday. Birthdays. Not countable. Countable, yes.
Exactly. And I see we have some examples. Milk and traffic as non-countable. Those are great non-countable verbs or non-countable nouns. And birthdays are, of course, countable. So those are all pretty regular and easy ones. But I would also like to talk about a couple other things, like some nouns that are always plural. Can you guys think of any nouns that are always plural?
For example, police, it's always plural. People,
Maybe, but you could have one policeman or two police. Like the police is uncountable. Or you could have one police.
Sugar, cream, milk, water, cheese.
Not quite. So those are all non-countable nouns.
That's all non-countable.
Exactly, non-countable. But I'm looking for something slightly different. There are some nouns that are actually plural all the time, and I'll give you an example of one to start you off.
Yes, brother.
Pants. So I put it in the chat box.
Pants, it's countable, yes.
They are countable, but if you look, they're always plural. So you can't have pant. That's wrong, right? Pant is wrong. You always have to have it be plural. So we always say pants with an S.
even trousers.
Trousers
And jeans,
also.
jeans,
Shoes.
spectacles.
Jeans,
Children.
spectacles. Anything else?
Shoes.
Children.
Shoes, yes.
What about
Jeans.
Especially,
glasses? Yeah, glasses. That's a good one. What about
especially words that are always related to clothes. A pair of pajamas, a pair of socks.
yeah, there's a lot of
Socks,
clothes.
yes, correct.
Exactly, because we have 2 arms, 2 legs, so you always have to have pants be plural because you have 2 legs, right? What about
Scissors, yes. Yes,
scissors? Scissors, exactly. Scissors are always plural.
Scissors.
So, yeah, there are some oddballs that are always plural. Can you guys think of any nouns that are both countable and non-countable? This one's tough. Can you think of any?
Maybe the goods
The goods?
can be either singular and plural. Is it
So,
correct?
will you write it in the chat box for me?
Sheep, deer, ox, oxen. Like a tea.
The goods are still at the docks. Okay, yeah. So, the goods, that's an interesting example. What about beer? Beer is a word that could be countable or non-countable, depending
Non-countable.
Okay, so give me an example of how beer is non-countable. Someone use it in a sentence and write it in the
glass of beer.
Okay, so the glass of beer. I'm going to write this here. We have the glass of beer. So now someone help me. Is beer countable or non-countable here?
Non-countable.
Non-countable.
It's non-countable. So we have the glass, that's a countable noun, and beer, that's not countable. But what about if I go to a bar and I say, I would like a beer?
A beer. Yeah.
Is that countable or non-countable?
Countable.
It's countable.
Glass of beer is countable.
Exactly. So some nouns you can do both ways. The glass of beer, beer is non-countable. But I would like a beer is countable. So sometimes we have nouns that do both, which can be confusing. Hair. Hair is a perfect example. Thank you, Ayat. Hair can be both. Ayat, can you give me an example of hair in a sentence?
In countable is, for example, there are 2 hairs in my coffee.
Yeah, exactly.
Uncountable noun, for example, I don't have much hair.
Exactly. Okay, so non-countable is, we're talking about hair. She has brown hair. It's non-countable. Or you could say 1 hair, 2 hair. How about chicken? Can someone give me a sentence using chicken?
Please give me 2 slices of chicken.
Perfect. 2 slices of chicken. Is that countable or non-countable?
Slice is countable, but chicken is non-countable.
Awesome. Okay. Now, can someone use chicken as a countable noun?
Non-countable.
Okay. In one situation, it's non-countable. But you can use chicken as a countable noun. Can someone give me an example of using chicken as a countable noun?
2 chicken legs.
Chicken legs, okay.
I have a chicken.
I have a chicken. Very simple and perfect. It's countable. I have a chicken. 1 chicken. So anytime you can use a or an with a noun, it's countable. And if it has an S at the end, it's countable. If it doesn't, then it's non-countable. All right. So now I would like everyone to give me 1 sentence. Write a sentence inside the Verbling chat box. I'd like everyone to write 1 sentence.
About countable or uncountable?
Whatever you want. You can do countable, uncountable. You can come up with something tricky to try and trick the other classmates. Whatever you want. Okay, I eat rice every day. Mark's hair is cropped. So I eat rice every day. What's rice? Countable or non-countable?
Uncountable.
Uncountable. Awesome. Mark's hair is cropped. Hair is countable or non-countable?
It's uncountable.
Exactly, non-countable. Do you guys understand cropped?
I mean, when I say Mark's hair is cropped, I mean Marco is very short hair.
Okay, yeah, I understand. So cropped is like a hairstyle. It's when your hair is very short. I understand that was a very good usage of the word cropped.
Is it correct?
Yes, it's correct. I want a cup of coffee. So we have two there. We have cup and coffee. What's cup? Is cup countable or non-countable?
It's countable.
Countable. And coffee? Countable or non-countable?
Non-countable.
Non-countable. We have a piece of music. Is piece countable or non-countable?
Piece of music countable. Music non-countable.
Awesome. Oh, we have someone wanting to Skype with us. That's nice. I eat a slice of bread, coffee every day. Interesting. Bread, coffee. What's bread, coffee?
Coffee. Not coffee. Bread.
Okay.
Slice of bread.
Okay. So I eat a slice of bread every day.
Yeah.
Slice is
A piece
countable or
of cake.
non-countable? A piece of cake? Yeah, totally. And cake is a word that can be used countable or non-countable.
Cake non-countable. Piece of cake countable.
All right. I have a couple examples for you guys. Over here, I've underlined the words. So, can you guys see this? Can everyone see this okay?
I can.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. So, sentence number 1.
Gold and iron are not countable. They are non-countable. Sunflowers countable.
Okay.
And
Someone
mountains
read.
countable.
Can someone read
Jewelry.
sentence number 1, please?
I put some tables and chairs.
Exactly. So the first one's very easy. Table and chairs are.
Countable.
Jewelry is non-countable.
Okay, so tables and chairs are countable. Jewelry is non-countable. Can someone read sentence 3 for me?
The mountains
Okay,
make
I
beautiful scenery.
No? Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. So mountains, is that countable or non-countable?
Countable.
Countable. And scenery?
Scenery is
Non-countable.
Non-countable. Exactly. And the very last sentence, will someone read the very last sentence for me?
Gold
Gold
and
and
iron
iron
are metals.
are not non-countable. And metal non-countable too.
Yeah, well, metals is actually countable here because we're talking about different kinds of metal. If I were to say the chair is made of metal, then it's non-countable. But if I say silver and gold are metal, then it's countable because it has an S at the end.
Sorry, may I ask you?
Yeah.
Tell me please, metals is countable noun.
Metals is a countable noun and a non-countable noun. So if I say the chair is made of metal, is it countable or non-countable?
Uncountable.
Uncountable. Perfect. But in this situation, we say gold and iron are metals with an S at the end. So when it has an S at the end, it's always countable.
I understand.
So,
Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. Are there any other questions?
Scenery. What about scenery?
Scenery. Are you asking about the meaning or whether it's countable or non-countable?
Non-countable and countable.
Oh, scenery is non-countable.
non-countable.
Because it's a collection. It's a collection of things. It's not just one, you can't count it. Any other questions about that vocabulary?
Tell me please, how about we can say about jewelry? The piece of jewelry, is it possible?
Yes, it is.
The
So
piece of jewelry, really?
Yeah, a piece of jewelry. Exactly, that's perfect.
And the gold of jewelry. No, it's not correct.
No, are you trying to say a gold piece of jewelry?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Does anybody else have a question?
Thank you very much.
No problem. Are there any other questions yet?
It's clear.
No, just a curiosity. For example, in Italy, the hair is always plural.
Yeah, so it can be
It comes
confusing.
to, yes. In fact, I very often make this kind of mistake, and I have to speak of my hair. Yes, but
Yeah, it's a very common error. Even for advanced English speakers, it's very common to make small errors with countable, non-countable things. Even though it's a pretty simple topic and a simple subject, it's very easy to make mistakes because in each language it's a little bit different, and so it's easy to slip up and make an error, but practice makes perfect. So the more we practice, the easier it will be.
May I ask you one more question? Tell me, please, how we can use non-countable like as sugar, coffee, bread, and other words with the raw construction?
Which instruction?
There is the raw.
Oh, so I might say there is some milk in the fridge.
Please tell
we treat it as
the follow example, please.
So there is some milk in the fridge, meaning we treat it as singular. There is some milk in the fridge.
Okay, I understand. We used these words with there is only, yes?
Exactly.
Okay,
so,
I understand.
Yeah, we have to treat it as singular. That's a very good question. Does anybody else have a question before we go on? We're going to do a few more, but anybody have a question?
No.
No questions? Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah? Question? No?
Yes, all words end with S. It's countable.
What's countable? I'm sorry, repeat.
Ends with S. It's countable or uncountable.
Words that end in S are countable.
Yes. Always.
Well, as long as they're nouns that end in S, like a plural. So anything that you can pluralize, anything in the plural is countable. Because if it's plural, there has to be at least two. So the only exception might be something like something that already ends in S, like, let me see if I can think of an example. Progress. Progress is a good example. So progress technically ends in
the
S.
progress of development America is high.
Yes, exactly. So that word technically ends in S, but it's not plural. So this word is not countable. What is the difference between a lot and many?
Many can used only with countable. And lot can use with non-countable and countable.
Exactly. So you guys are pretty good at this already. I'm really impressed. You guys are doing very well.
I have confused with less, much, more, most.
Okay, so you're confused with some of those, like amounts, right?
Yes. If I say list, I say list to the countable or uncountable.
Will you write the question? I couldn't hear you very well. Write it in the chat box.
Sorry, just a question. Which are the the most common nouns that are always plural in English or in American English?
I would say the most common ones we name, so things like glasses, like spectacles and glasses, scissors and pants, and some of the other like clothing vocabulary, like sometimes shoes, although you could have one shoe. Shoe is generally almost always plural. Sleeves, things that always have two. So the most common ones are those. And there might be some more, but they're very, very uncommon. Okay, so less countable or uncountable. Samir, I'm not sure I understand. Less countable? What is less countable?
I mean much, and you can, if you can say I need much of or less or more. That's what it does mean. I have confused with this word.
Okay.
When I can say less to countable, when or uncountable. Much. I can say much to countable or uncountable. Most.
I see.
I have confused with this word.
You guys are talking about expressions of quantity, right? You guys want to know a little more about expressions of quantity?
Yes.
Okay. So most, like much, a little, or a great deal of, are used only with non-count nouns. So can someone give me an example of using much with a non-count noun?
Much money.
Yeah, much money. That person has...
Much sugar. Much coffee.
Yeah, so we could say the
much
coffee
bread, much butter, much cheese.
Too much sugar. The coffee has too much sugar.
That means much. I can say to to countable.
Exactly.
Much see to uncountable.
Yeah, only uncountable, not countable.
Okay. To countable. What I can say? I can say much or what?
Yeah, for countable, you could say a lot. You could say plenty.
Some.
You could say some. You could say any. You could say all. There's many, many that we could use.
An awful lot of, is it correct?
I'm sorry, what?
An awful lot of, is it correct also?
Yes, yes. Enough and a lot of can be used with both.
You?
Yeah.
What about some sugar?
What about
some
what?
Sugar in the coffee.
Some sugar.
Tell me.
Some sugar.
That's
some
correct.
Coffee.
Was there a question? Anybody have a question?
Yes. Me. I have a question.
Okay, go.
Tell me, please, how can we use a man? A man.
A man.
A man like this?
A man.
A man.
A man.
Will you write it for me?
Yes.
Among.
Among?
Yes. Among people, among, for example, children, among sheep, among energy.
Among energy doesn't quite make sense. Among is used with countable. So,
countable, yes?
So like you could say, she's among friends, meaning that she is with her friends.
Among friends, yes? Only friends?
Yeah, you could say friends. You can use it with many other nouns, but I think they're all countable nouns. I don't think you can use among with non-countable nouns.
I cannot use among with non-countable, yes?
Exactly. So you can only use it with countable nouns.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. All right, so now I have a little question for you. Jake has, has homework. Okay, so Jake has homework. I put a little blank there in the chat box. Tell me a word that you could put in that blank. Yeah, you could say Jake has so much homework. That's a good example. What else could you say?
Jake has to do homework.
Sure, Jake has to do homework. What else? I'll give you some options, and you guys tell me what's correct and what's not correct. Can you say Jake has several homework? Can you say several?
A few.
So we have several and a few. Can you say several? Can you say a few? Shout it out. Is several okay there, or is it incorrect?
It's uncountable.
Incorrect.
Yeah, so several and a few are incorrect because homework is uncountable, and several and a few are only for countable. Can I say some homework? Can he have some homework or a little homework?
Yes, you can say some.
Yeah, both of those are correct because those work with uncountable. How about too many? Can you say Jake has too many homework?
Yeah.
Too much. No.
It's
Too much.
It's incorrect.
Too much
It's
homework.
incorrect. Exactly. It's incorrect. Many is only for countable. So we would have to say too much. How about a great deal? Can we say Jake has a great deal of homework?
It's correct.
Correct. How about hardly any? Oops, sorry. Can we say he has hardly any homework?
Any, we can say.
No.
No, it's not correct.
Think no?
What's the mean, hardly?
Hardly is meaning like barely or slightly, like just a very little bit. So everyone thinks no on hardly any?
Uncountable.
Any, we can say.
It is for uncountable, and homework is uncountable. So actually, you can say Jake has hardly any homework. It's correct to say Jake has hardly any homework. That is okay with uncountable. Can you say Jake has no homework? Is that possible?
Yeah.
Yes, it's possible.
Yes.
What about none? Can you say Jake has none homework?
No. No.
No, that's not possible. Okay, how about Isabel has assignments? She has assignments. Can we say she has 3 assignments? Is that possible?
What is assignment?
Does anybody know what the word assignment means?
No,
Yes.
I don't know.
Some kind of task.
Memo?
A task, exactly. So if I tell you guys, go home and write 1 paragraph of English, that is a task I assigned you. It's an assignment. So can she have 3 assignments or 1 assignment? Is it possible?
Yeah.
Yes, I suppose it's possible.
It is possible. What about 3 homeworks? Is that possible? 3 homeworks?
No, it's not.
Yes.
No.
It's not possible. Not. Because homework is uncountable, so we cannot use numbers with it. What about several? Can you say Isabella has several assignments?
In homework, what you can say? You can say.
Yes, you can say
You can say
so.
a few, not number.
Yeah, you can say several. What about a lot of? Can you say a lot of assignments?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's all right.
Yes, yes.
How
right.
about too much? Can you say she has too much assignments?
No, too many.
No.
No.
Exactly, not too much. We have to use too many because many is what we use for countable. Can we say she has a few assignments?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Yes.
How about a little assignments? Is that all right?
Yes.
No.
No, a little
No.
is incorrect.
No.
Incorrect.
Is
How
referred
about
to a singular.
a number of? A number of assignments.
Yes, it's possible.
Uh-huh. A great
Yes.
deal of assignments? Can we say she has a great deal of assignments?
Yes,
No.
you can.
Possible. It is.
Possible.
How about hardly any? Can we say hardly any assignments?
Yep.
Yes, you can.
Mm-hmm. We can say that. How about no assignments? Can we say Isabella has no assignments?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So is everyone pretty clear on what goes with countable and what goes with non-countable?
Yes, yes, it is.
Do you guys have any questions?
Yes, just a question. Can you tell the difference? Speaking of trouble, when you use this noun as a singular, or plural noun, because sometimes I can read I have some troubles, but I'm in trouble, for example.
Oh, I see. So, trouble. You want to know about the noun trouble. You could say, I have trouble with this. So it's similar to a problem, right? But it's actually uncountable. So a problem is countable, but trouble is uncountable. I have trouble, but let me think. You could sometimes also say troubles, but most of the time it's uncountable and you say it singular. Like,
Okay.
he has a lot of trouble with his homework.
For example, I'm in trouble.
I'm in trouble, exactly. It's nearly always uncountable.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Any other questions? You guys have any other questions
Can I
about
say
nouns?
he has few children?
I'm sorry, could you write the question in the chat box? I couldn't quite hear you.
And
You
so
children.
if I speak of teams or TV channels or broadcast, is it always referred to plural or the organization? For example, a football team. For example, I read this sentence: Manchester United are playing well, not is playing well.
Well, actually correct would be is. So if you're talking about one team, it would be more correct to say Manchester United is playing well this season. Sometimes people will make an error and say they are because there's more than one person in the team. But if you're talking about the team, you treat it as singular.
It's more or less like a family. It's the same example.
Exactly. It is the same example. So you treat it singular, but there are some times when someone will use it plural, but it's incorrect. It should be treated as a singular.
Okay, I've got it.
Okay, anyone else have a question?
No.
No? Everyone's fine? Okay. All right, so let's talk about some of the rules now that we've gotten a lot of those examples out of the way. Things like whole groups made up of similar items, like baggage, clothing, equipment. Is that countable or uncountable?
Uncountable.
Uncountable, exactly. So something that's made up of a group, so a group of many similar things. You could even say rice. Those are a group of many similar items, and they're treated as uncountable. Fluids are also uncountable. So water, coffee, tea, milk, oil, soup, those are uncountable. solids like ice or bread, butter, gases like air and oxygen.
Yes, the smoke.
Uncountable. Particles like rice and chalk. Abstractions are also uncountable, like beautiful, confidence, courage. Languages are uncountable, like Arabic or Chinese. Fields of study. What's a field of study? Does everyone understand that?
Yeah, it's real.
Okay, so what's an example of a field of study?
Study.
Should I write it? Field of study. What is a field of study?
Is it the college you choose when you go to university? Or
Yeah, it could be. It could be the subject you study in college, or if you have a career.
Archaeology, history, mathematics, physics, chemistry, microbiology.
Yeah, exactly.
Literature, English.
Okay. So
Computer
another uncountable category is recreation, like baseball and soccer. Those are uncountable. And activities like driving, studying, swimming. Those are uncountable. Natural phenomenon. We already mentioned weather. There's also fog, dew, hail. Do you guys know what dew is? Anybody know what dew is?
Yes, it's made up especially early in the morning.
Yeah. So what is it made of?
It's a grass of field.
Okay, it could be a grassy field, but it's particularly water, right? So it's like when a little bit of water comes on all the plants and things in the morning, that's called dew. It's just these tiny drops of water on top of plants or grass or maybe just the ground. Dew. Okay. So now I think we're going to make some sentences. I'm going to give everybody a word, and you guys will have to type a sentence in the chat box, okay? So, Andrea, will you use sleep? Sleep is your word. So will you type me a sentence that includes sleep?
Yes, I can see. Sleep is uncomfortable, I think.
Uncomfortable? Oh,
yes.
uncomfortable. Okay, so
what do you mean, sleep?
Sleep. Can you write me a sentence using the word sleep, or are you a little confused?
Sleep. This is a verb. Sleep. Uncomfortable.
That's correct, sleeves.
Sleep?
Sleep. Not.
Do you need some help, Andrea?
Sleep is uncomfortable, I think.
Okay, perfect. So will you use it in a sentence for me?
In a sentence? I slept all night.
Okay.
Andrea wears clothing without sleeves.
Perfect. So to use it as a noun, we would say, I need more sleep.
Can you repeat the question, please?
So we were coming up with sentences for sleep. Sleep is an uncountable noun. And so we were coming up with sentences, making sentences with sleep. Can anyone else give a sentence with sleep?
I like home. I like sleeps for home.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like soft sleep.
Sure. It's time to go to sleep. That's very accurate.
Yes.
How about Faris? Will you write a sentence for us in the chat box using the word poetry? Poetry. Mm-hmm.
Poetry. Oh, poetry is uncountable.
What's the exactly mean?
Poetry. Do you know what a poem is?
Poetry, this is a type of kind of good, yes? Of food.
Well, poultry is a type of food, but poetry is not. Okay, so I don't like poetry at all. Oh, that's sad, Marco.
Yeah. But it's not true.
Oh, okay. It's a good sentence, but
Okay.
I like poetry very much. Okay, how about, this is a very tricky one. Can Gary, will you write a sentence in the chat box using the word light? Will you use the word light?
Late?
Lake.
Light.
Light, understand. Yesterday I bought lights for my husband because he is going to the camping.
Perfect, that's great. So in that way, did you use light as countable or non-countable?
Countable.
It's countable. But light is one of those nouns that can be used both ways. Can anybody think of a sentence where you can use light in an uncountable way?
The road lights.
So turn the light off. That's countable still. Turn the light off is countable. Try to use it in an uncountable way.
Okay.
Can anyone think of a sentence using it as an uncountable noun?
Yes, Tara, you're right. Good. I'm agree with you. There is much light in the room.
Perfect.
Yes.
So you could say there's too much light. There's too much light in the room. That's a great one. Let's see, who's next? How about Samir? Will you write a sentence in the chat box using the noun idea?
I have no idea about our economical situation.
I have a good idea. Perfect, Andrea. Have you got any ideas of this topic? Awesome. It would be on this topic. On this topic.
On this topic.
Let's have Tara. Will you write me a sentence using the word knowledge?
Knowledge.
Knowledge.
I think that everybody of us have to know much knowledge. Or can we say knowledges?
You cannot say knowledges.
Much knowledge.
Yeah, so you have to have much knowledge, a lot of knowledge. I haven't got enough knowledge. So you might say, I don't have enough knowledge.
Yes, you're right.
I don't have.
Ooh, typo. Okay. I don't have enough knowledge. Knowledge is uncountable, so we can't make it plural.
Yeah,
yeah, no problem. All right, how about advice? Victoria, can you write me a sentence using advice?
Advice?
Yeah, advice.
Yesterday, my friend gave me some advice about my behavior.
Okay, that's a perfect example. That's great. Hey, we have a student that I didn't even realize at first. How do you say your name? I'm sorry, I can't read that. New student?
Yaroslav.
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 Yaroslav есть.
Yaroslav.
His name is Yaroslav.
Yaroslav. Am I saying
Yes.
that right?
Yeah. Do you hear me?
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh.
I'm so interested in the alphabet that you use for your name. That's really cool. Okay, so Yaroslav, will you write me a sentence using the word luck? Luck.
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 Oh. Good luck.
Ярослав, это удача.
Yeah. I understand. Thank you.
Ooh. Very nice.
I'm lucky.
Скажи, I'm lucky man.
Yes.
Lucky, there are different.
He's lucky man, but he don't know about it. He doesn't know.
Nope. Okay. Well,
Bad luck.
Good luck. Good luck. Is it countable or non-countable?
Uncountable.
Yeah, it's uncountable, right? So you cannot have one luck or two lucks. It's not possible. Can anyone write me a sentence with the noun help?
Help me. Anybody cries in the sea, bro. Is the sea?
Okay, so we have like I need help.
Yes.
That's the of help.
Right. Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah, right.
And is it countable or non-countable?
What about I need a help?
Non-countable.
All right, I think you
Can
guys.
I say I need a help?
Huh?
Can I say I need a help? Help.
Help?
I need help.
Help.
You cannot say I need a help. You cannot use a with help because it's uncountable.
We need say only we need help. Yes? Или I need help.
Exactly. I need help. We need help.
Okay.
How about furniture?
Countable.
Anybody
There
can do a
are
sentence with furniture?
modern furniture in my nearest store.
That's a great one. We'll do one more. Mail. I love mail. So let's make a sentence with the word mail.
Email or mail?
Mail, like post. Mail.
Mail?
I hate eating. No.
I hate eating?
Meal.
Oh, meal.
Meal.
You mean meal. Like that,
Mail.
Meal.
No. No.
So the-
Okay.
Uncountable.
Which
The
one is
postman
uncountable?
give me mail from my grandparents.
Sure, yeah. He gave me mail from my grandparents.
Not mails, only mail, yes?
Yes, only mail, singular. It's a non-countable. What about meal? What about meal? Is that countable or non-countable?
Meal, it's non-countable too.
It's actually
it's
countable.
It's countable.
Meal is countable.
After having meals, for example.
Yeah, so how about I take a pill after every meal. I take a pill after every meal. So meal.
Does it mean breakfast, have dinner, have lunch, yes?
Yeah, so anytime you eat a lot of food, it's a meal. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You got it exactly right. All right. Hey, look, we have another student. Dui Pham? Is that how you say that?
I take a pill.
Yes.
And also Vladimir Motorin. Would you guys introduce yourselves really quick before we end class? Dewey, will you introduce yourself? Tell us where you're from and why you use verbling.
My name is Truy. I'm from Vietnam, and I use verbling to improve my English.
Yeah, and why do you learn English? For school, for work?
I'm studying like for the IELTS test.
Ooh, awesome. Are you nervous?
A little bit.
A little? Well, good
Yes.
luck.
Yes.
Vladimir, will you introduce yourself, Vladimir?
Vladimir, are you here? Introduce yourself.
If you can hear us, introduce yourself. And if you can hear us, but your audio is out, just write it in the chat box.
I am from Moscow.
Ah, cool. And why do you learn English? For work, for social events, for travel?
Why do you study English, Vladimir?
For work.
For work.
I am studying English for work. I study English for work.
That's great. That's
Yes.
really, really great.
Yes.
It's very nice to meet you all. And unfortunately, we're ending class now, but I'm sure I'll see you guys again soon. And thank you all very much for making this a great class. And I'm honored to meet all of you. I get very excited to meet people from all parts of the world.
Thank you.
All right, guys.
Have
Thanks
a good
a lot. And
continuation.
I'll see you next time, all right?
Bye.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Nice to see you. Nice to meet you. Bye.
Bye.
Have a nice